You're there you go.
Yes, I see it. Yes, is our day 2. Oh my God. Oh my God. Already we're in day 2 of this amazing 5-day challenge. And as you guys can see, we already have our coach in the house. But before I give it to her, I'm just going to share my screen and let you know what we're doing this week so that you can, appreciate all that we have for you in this season. So welcome again, every one of you in the group is your lady, Reverend Joy, on this 5 days event. As I call it, is the season that we are going to help you, like activate your greatness to become unstoppable. And we have the top experts who are going to be releasing the top secrets, I call it, because these secrets, you can't pay for it. But they have decided on their own by the help of God. And as we reach out to them to just come and help you go through this time in your life that I believe is a very crucial time due to, how everything has happened lately. I was listening to a very known #1 Harvard doctor on stress the other day, as she was saying that what happened to us in 2020 have not happened to at least our generation before. So it kind of like put a lot of people on even a stress that they do not even know that they have. And that is why when we bring all these programs, especially like, what we're going to be discussing today about health, is something that I believe that every one of us need in this season for the next level. Because if you have not managed all these areas of your life, there's a possibility that you'll be taking on a lot of stress. So what are we doing? I want to take you through the slide of what we're doing this week. The challenges to champions, is a challenge that is designed to support women who may be struggling with self-awareness, confidence, and resourcefulness to redefine, restore, regain, and overtake in all areas of their lives. And over the course of 5 days, which we had an amazing coach yesterday on mindset mastery, I call it, we will dive into various aspects of personal development, including the mindset we had yesterday and the health today. Who better to bring our health than the coach herself? Like, not just somebody who went to school to read about this health and all about, but she have experienced every part of this living, from crashing down to now living her best life. And she just willing to help us go through this season that a lot of people, because hey, to be frank, so many people are not happy today because of how they feel in their body. And today we have in the house, the coach is going to bring that aspect of our life. And tomorrow we're going to be looking at the spiritual connection. We have on Thursday, the finance coach. I always love to talk about money because, some people think that money is not something that should be paid attention, but you need to manage your mind around your money for the next level. So we bring in that coach too and living a divine driven life. That's going to be our last coach on Friday. And right here is a slide of our amazing coach, Coach Sue, who was with us yesterday, who actually helped us. One thing I'm telling you about Coach Sue is that she had a voice like a medicine. And it's not just like she's training us on overcoming, self-doubt and cultivating a winning mindset, but she really had a tone that sent us to that realm of, really managing our mind and the aspect of negative self-talk. And she also told us yesterday that if you cannot watch the mirror, like our coach is going to touch up today again too, and say to yourself every morning, Reverend Joy, I love you, or whoever that is watching us now, say to yourself, call your name and say, I love you. It then means you need to manage your mind and you need your mindset to be changed because will be affecting a lot of areas of your life, which she witnessed in her life. And today we have in the house Coach Cherylyn. I love the fact that she told me the full name, so I can call it the right way. I always wonder, what is the full name? Cherylyn, right? That is the name. It's true, I didn't have it there. But I'm just excited, like a baby, gonna sit at the feet of a mentor today on this health journey. So I hope you're ready. I'm actually doing all this. Thank you so much, Lady Brenda, for being in the house, and all the people out there can see you guys. I have to find a way to show you guys the slides so that you can join us from wherever. But I'm telling you, I am so ready to hear from our coach today. And tomorrow, as I said, is your one and only, Reverend Joy, who is going to be connecting us. The journey we're going to take tomorrow is a journey God took me through the last 6 months. And every day he teach me in these 6 steps how to spiritually connect with not just myself, but with him, and now living a life that I want to share with everyone. And on Thursday, we are going to be having our amazing Allison. I love her phrase, like, she always talk about the prosperity approach. She's a Christian coach that deals with money, and she's going to be giving us, she's going to be empowering us financially. So I'm telling you, you can't afford to miss any of these days. And the last is my own personal coach, Coach Mia. That's a powerhouse, as you can see. Nothing is bothering her. She's a complete powerhouse. So why did I share those slides with you? I shared it with you because I want you to know what we have coming to you in this season. And you're not alone. I want you to understand that and walk with us in this week. This is more than just a challenge. I'm telling you, this is more than a challenge. It's a movement. I heard this, Coach Cherylyn, I heard this order from the realm of the spirit one of the days at the altar. So this is not like something somebody told me to do. This is something that the spirit led me to organize for a time like this, when we can help as many people as possible. So it's not just like any other challenge you've gone to. It's a movement to redefine, to restore, and reignite every aspect of your life. So when you see me organize all these speakers, all these experts from different, different angle, is because it's a complete package that we want to give to you. So imagine stepping into your power, embracing your confidence, and achieving your ultimate potential effortlessly. Imagine that. Just imagine that, because that is going to bring us to, this is our speakers for the week. And I'm just going to, that's it for me. I showed you all that so that you would know what is about to happen to you in this week. And today is the second day. And I'm not even going to tell you who we have in the house. She's just going to take it away. She's so ready. She have everything you need for your next level of health. This is not a theory. This is a practical, teaching that's going to empower you to your next you. So, Coach Cherylyn, I hand it over to you.
Hello. Well, my name is Cheryl Meyer, and I'm known as the Health Muse. And today, I want to share with you how to have the happiest life you ever had. 11 years ago, I got fibromyalgia. I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of bed. Everything hurt. That was the best thing that ever happened to me, because my life is totally different. And I want to share with you why, when I get out of bed in the morning and my feet hit the floor, I am happy from the moment I get up through the whole day. And there's all kinds of things that you can do so that you can live your happiest and best life too. I've done slides, and you're going to get a copy of the slides, so you don't even have to take notes. I'm going to share it because this message is so important to me. I want you to be able to go back and refer the things I talked about, because this country has a serious problem with depression, and it's unnecessary. So let's talk about all the things you can do to find your joy. So I'm known as the Rainbow Queen, so my slides are in all the same bright colors as everything else that I do. I want you to eat the rainbow of whole foods as the foundation of your health. So I'm the Health Muse, and my mission is to change the way America eats. But you can find me at CHERYLMHEALTHMUSE.com. It's right under my name in the upper right-hand corner so that you can write it down. And my goal is for everyone to live their most vibrant, feel-good life by adopting healthy habits. It starts with the foundation of food, and then it branches out from there. Happiness is an inside job. It's not something that you get in life. It's something that you bring to life. So we create happiness in our own life with our own lifestyle habits, and we control all of this. No one else controls this for us. Happiness is a journey. It's not a destination. And we're going to discuss all the many things you can do so that you turn on happiness in your life and eradicate depression forever. 26% of our population is depressed, and 47% of our teenagers have contemplated suicide. So this information is right at the core of the most important information I can share with you, because you deserve to have a happy life filled with joy. The link between diet and brain health is profound. It's cutting edge research right now. You name it, and food plays a role. Depression, anxiety, dementia. I don't know about you, but I plan to keep my brain for the rest of my life. And behavior problems or violence, or even just plain old brain fog, or when you get up more tired in the morning than when you went to bed. It's all connected to what you eat, and you control all that. So the underlying theme of this is good food equals good mood. And we're going to talk about how to do this. If you want to change your mood, you have to change your food. Higher fruit and vegetable intakes have been associated with a reduced risk of incident depression. It feels so great to get up every morning ready to take on the day, and it will impact every relationship in your life. So where do we start? We start with the Western diet, also known as the standard American diet, which frankly is a really sad diet. It's a diet of ultra-processed foods, and it has very little nutrition to create energy in your body. They've removed all the fiber, which is crucial, and I'm going to explain the role of fiber in your body. And they're giving you synthetic vitamins and minerals that can't be utilized by the body. They'll tell you they're exactly the same. But the problem is they've isolated them, they've made them fake, and they don't have all their pals to play with. And when you're getting your vitamins and your minerals from real whole, especially organic foods, there's a synergy that happens between all those nutrients that you need in order to be your healthiest self. They cannot do that with synthetic vitamins and minerals. Ultra processed foods are things that come in a box, both frozen and dry, or believe it or not, it's processed food in restaurants because they're buying it from Big Food, and they have ingredients you can't pronounce and don't know what they are. And if you don't know what they are, your body doesn't either. So they're actually doing your body harm. And what they do, industrial food creates inflammation, and inflammation equals disease. We have a huge chronic illness issue in this country, and it's coming directly from inflammation, whether it's dementia or it's all those pains and aches you're getting when you get up in the morning. It's coming from industrial food, and it's coming from inflammation. Oxidative stress, hormone and neurotransmitter imbalances, they overload your detoxification system, deplete your energy, damage your microbiome, change your gene expression, and they turn on disease-causing genes. There's new research that just because we got a blueprint in our DNA, it doesn't mean that we have to get that disease. I don't care if your ancestors all had brain disease or all had breast cancer. Habits run in families. So it's the habits that turn on or turn off those genes, and you control your lifestyle habits. So I want you to be thinking about that while I'm talking. Real whole nutrients and phytonutrient food does exactly the opposite. It turns down inflammation and it increases your antioxidant system. It balances out your hormones and your brain chemistry. It boosts detoxification. It increases energy. It optimizes your microbiome, and it turns on disease preventing, health promoting genes. So if you want to feel your best, you need to eat real whole organic foods of all the colors of the rainbow, just like all the colors on my slide. And why organic? Because you don't need poison with every bite of food that you're getting, because they are spraying sides, whether they are herbicides or pesticides or fungicides. They're spraying sides, which means to kill something on our conventional crops. So organic becomes important, and you can't afford it because you can't afford to get the disease down the line. So build your buddy in the beginning and build your immune system so you never go down that road. I got a newsletter yesterday and I included a line from it because it's important, from Austin Perlmutter, who's a functional MD and a brain health expert. In 2022, a systematic review of nutrients, a magazine that medical people read, researchers found that a higher consumption of ultra-processed food is correlated with a 44% increased risk for depressive symptoms and a 43% increase for anxiety. A large study of over 260,000 people. Now, that's a huge test sample from nutritional neuroscience in 2022 discovered similar findings for depression, but not for anxiety. But interestingly enough, other research suggests that the key link is the production of inflammation from ultra-processed foods. We are going to talk about inflammation, what it does to the brain. We're going to talk about anxiety because that's controlled by GABA, and that's one of the hormones that gets dampened down by ultra-processed food. Saturated fats and refined carbohydrates in the SAD, the SAD diet or the Western diet, directly cause inflammation and oxidative stress because it disturbs your gut microbiome and your gut brain interaction, and it leads to nutrient inadequacies, which are all your risk factors for depression. So ultra-processed food intake is associated with depressive symptoms, and inflammation is connected directly with depression. But eating the rainbow of whole organic foods, which not only feeds your eyes, your soul, everything about it is delightful, and it feeds your body, it brings down the inflammation. So it not only dampens the depression, but it improves your overall health and starts to erase all those pesky symptoms of ill health and feeling lousy that you might have. I had them for a couple of years before I paid attention to them, and the 2x4 came down and hit me, and I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't move. I was miserable, and it took me 5 years to climb out of that hole. And I don't want you to go through that. I want you to love yourself enough to start taking care of yourself today, and having this information being enough of a why for you to change. A new analysis of 10 large research studies and 450,000 participants. Scientific studies never include that many people, almost. They demonstrate that fruits and vegetables is significantly associated with a decreased risk of depression, and it has reversed the conditions behind the inflammation. So when you see all these colors, this is where I want you to start heading. And we're in luck. We're in the season where they're prime. So start getting all your fruits and vegetables. And in 1 month, you won't cure all your ills, but you will feel enough of a difference that you'll want to protect feeling that terrific every day. Now, yesterday she talked about stress. Stress is crucial. It actually impacts every body system in your body, and that includes your brain. And as a result, stress is related to your happy hormones and whether or not they're functioning properly. So between inflammation, which stress creates, and the food that you eat, you're having a problem keeping your mood up and being joyful. Doing stress management is important to bring the body back into balance. I have decided that health is balance. So the whole goal of everything I'm going to share with you is how to bring your body back to balance. The factors which appear to increase the risk for your development of depression are associated with systematic inflammation, and these include social stressors, poor diet, physical activity, obesity, smoking, altered gut permeability. Leaky gut equals inflammation, eczema, dental care, sleep, and vitamin D deficiencies. Many studies are indicating an association between a poor quality diet, the SAD, that SAD diet, and systemic inflammation, a diet high in commercial, red, and processed meats. Refined carbohydrates and other processed food was associated with increased inflammatory markers. And when they increase is when all of the symptoms of ill health begin. On the other hand, a Mediterranean diet, which is a rainbow diet, has been studied to be associated with low inflammation markers. So you have a choice. Do you want to eat the SAD diet or do you want to eat my rainbow diet? Because the rainbow diet's going to make a very positive impact on your life. And that's what researchers are concluding now. They can improve the symptoms of disease and depression by addressing their clients' diet. Food equals mood. There's a brand new field in functional medicine called nutritional psychology. I read it every single day. I study several of the leading people in this field, and that's a lot of the information that I'm going to share with you today. You've heard the phrase, you are what you eat, right? Well, your gut bacteria are also a result of what you eat. And not only that, but you're also a result of what the animal you eat is eating. So food quality matters, and it's worth the pennies of difference between eating all that fake, dead, gray, ultra processed food that sounds like, smells like, tastes like, but isn't real. You want the real thing because that's what's going to make a difference in your body. So you want to pay attention to what you're feeding your gut bacteria because that will make a difference to your health. Chronic illness equals inflammation, and depression starts in the gut. So your question is, do you want to be happy, healthy, and have a well-fed gut by eating whole foods with real minerals, real vitamins, real phytonutrients, and real fiber? Or do you want angry, unhappy gut bacteria that's been fed with fake vitamins and minerals that look, smells, and tastes and sounds like real food, but your body can't use it, and it has very little nutrition in it? That's the choice, and it's worth making the choice to eat the rainbow diet. So how can you eat to make a huge difference to your mood? Most of the healthy profenol phytonutrients, and I wanted to give you that term because there's tons of research being right now in phytonutrients. When I started 11 years ago, they thought maybe there were 500. They now know there's over 100,000 phytonutrients in fruits and vegetables that appear to be bound to the fiber. Now, the standard American diet, they remove all the fiber, so they aren't bound to anything. So you're not getting their advantage. And they're only liberated by absorption by your friendly flora in your gut. You have more gut bacteria than you have cells in your body. I think that's an astonishing thing. And they're hungry little devils. So those healthy gut bacteria need to be fed good food. And that's where eating the rainbow comes in. Whereas ultra processed foods are removing the fiber, and it's food like stuffs. It's all fake. And so it creates angry gut bacteria, and those angry gut bacteria don't know how to travel on the fiber up to your brain to turn on all your happy hormones and create happiness. The microbes in your gut actually send messages to your brain through the many neurons in your gastrointestinal tract. With 1 billion people in the world having emotional, psychological, and neurological imbalances, this is really important to focus on a healthy gut because that's the key to a healthy body and to your mental health. Now, our government seems to think our depression is caused by social media, and I don't doubt that bullying is a part of the issue, but you got to start with food because without all the nutrients and the phytonutrients and the real vitamins and minerals, your body doesn't stand a chance. The standard American diet actually dampers down all your happy hormones, which are serotonin, dopamine, GABA, and oxytocin. I'll explain what each of those do. And when your happy hormones are dampened down, depression ensues. The other thing that I teach in a different class, how to ditch the standard American diet and break the addiction that you have to it, they damper down 2 hormones I didn't even ever knew I had that control appetite. So I would eat a huge Thanksgiving dinner and then be in the kitchen looking for more food, going, how could I be hungry? Well, if you're not getting the signal through your hormones that control your appetite to your brain that you're full, you keep eating. And that's why you gain weight. And that's why you have a problem losing weight. You got to break the addiction to all the stuff that's in the standard American diet so that you're free and you get food freedom and you get emotional freedom because your happy hormones work at the same time. So eating the rainbow of organic whole foods feeds your gut bacterial health, and we need all those nutrients because eating from the pharmacy, FARMACY, is what will build your body health. And I already went through why organic, because you don't need the poison that's sprayed on our crops, which interrupts your gut bacteria and makes them angry and puts your body out of balance. It creates disease, it creates depression, and balance is health, balance is energy, balance is happiness. So this is what I want you to eat. I want you to stop eating ultra-processed food because you're eating food that has had all the fiber removed. And all the types of fiber are essential for an optimally functional digestive system. To the extent that your diet is deficient in fiber, your microbiome is out of whack. Now, that's not medical jargon, but I want you to understand, if you're out of whack, your gut bacteria are unhappy and it causes digestive problems. Ever had all that agita after you eat an acid meal of the standard American diet? It leads to a cascade of problems due to your hormonal system reliance on your microbiome to have a pull of well-behaved chemical messengers. So by eating the foods with various soluble and insoluble fiber, you keep your body's information switchboard running smoothly and effectively without disruption to your hormones. The brain and the gut are in constant communication. And the main phone line is something that's pretty newly being researched, and it's called your vagus nerve. And your vagus nerve is in your gut. So your gut bacteria eat the good rainbow foods. They get all those vitamins and minerals and all the phytonutrients, which are in those foods, and they shoot it over to your vagus nerve, which then is the superhighway. It shoots the information up to your brain and sends it out to every other operating system in your body. It's this amazing miracle, magical nerve in your body that can communicate all the great things that you're feeding with your body when you're eating the rainbow diet. It's part of your autonomic nervous system that enables you. That's the part of you that breathes and swallows and digests food and makes your heart beat. And it allows for two-way communication between your gut and your brain. So your gut sends signals to your brain, and your brain actually sends signals back. And this way, they directly influence and affect each other. So if you've got poor health, they're both suffering at the same time. So the part of your gut that's in control of your emotions is in direct communication through the vagus nerve to your brain. There's my rainbow foods. Eating the organic rainbow of diverse colors will bring your body and your happy hormones into balance. And when you start to feel great, which is what I actually named my first book, It Feels Good to Feel Good. When you get there, your outlook is positive. You see the world through rainbow colored glasses. You feed your body all the phytonutrients and the essential nutrients of minerals and vitamins. And this actually raises your vibration. We are energy. Everything in the world is energy. Our bodies are energy. And so eating the rainbow lowers inflammation. You're eating from the pharmacy with an F, and you're feeling great. And healthy people are just happier. The colorful vibrations of your food actually feed the energy centers in your body called chakras. And they are all the same colors, interestingly enough, as all the rainbow foods. So if you eat red foods, you're feeding the red chakra, which is at the lower part of your body and is all your basic needs. By eating all the rainbows, you're feeding the vibrations that your body needs to operate efficiently. The colorful vibrations of your food actually are feeding your energy sections. And by eating the organic rainbow, you're feeding your vibration of joy, peace, love, and hope. It's all a miracle. It's all magical, and it's all marvelous. Now, if you also move your body, which releases the fifth hormone that creates happiness called endorphins, your body doesn't stand a chance but to be happy as you enter your day. So, brain health is dependent on a healthy diet. There's your brain. There's my rainbow diet. That's what I want you feeding your body. And if you love yourself, and Dr. Joy talked about telling yourself you love yourself every morning, I do that every morning. I look in the mirror and I say it out loud. I say, Cheryl, have I told you yet today how much I love you? And then it's not important just to say it. You need to show your body love. And one of the ways you show your body love is by eating what's on the end of this fork. Ultra-processed food creates a leaky gut. That's a term you might have heard because leaky gut is the beginning of inflammation. Inflammation is the beginning of disease, and inflammation fosters depression. So if your microbes aren't healthy, they lead to immune dysregulation. In fact, the microbes in your gut community regulate brain development, mood, cognitive function, and all according to studies. Dementia, Alzheimer's is now called diabetes type 3 because sugar and poor quality food is directly responsible for the fact that so many of our seniors are getting Alzheimer's. And I want you to know I'm 75 and I feel better than I did in my 50s. I want you all to feel as good as I do when you're 75. And it comes because of my lifestyle habits. So chronic inflammation changes your microbial composition and triggers significant and long-lasting behavioral changes. The development of cognitive impairment and depression, your blood pressure, your immune system, your competence, your longevity, your career success, and personal relationships get direly impacted by an angry gut. The immune system is crucial for gut-brain signaling and reducing inflammation in the gut, and the presence of your microbes are what triggers that inflammation, which is important for your mental health. The medical benefits of quality food are undeniable. I've seen autoimmune diseases disappear. Mine has, but I've worked with many clients who have had exactly the same response. Depression vanishes. Migraines can evaporate. Psoriasis and eczema can clear up. Alzheimer patient memories can improve. That may not come completely back, but it gets better. And that is important unto itself. And type 2 diabetes, I had type 2 diabetes. I was off the chart. I am no longer diabetic at all. It can resolve in a short time simply by changing your eating habits. This means ground zero for your health is as close as your kitchen. While there's no one perfect way of eating for everybody, there's a few simple rules you can follow that will optimize your nutrient intake, increase your energy so that you feel healthier and live longer, and so that you're happier. You won't be blue if you eat fruits and vegetables. And even one step beyond that, you won't be blue if you eat blue fruits and vegetables because they have something in them called anthocyanins that actually are associated with lower depressive symptoms. So eat your blueberries. They're delicious and they stimulate you to be a happier human. Food isn't like medicine. Food is medicine. When I started learning about this 11 years ago, people didn't want to hear me because they were so into the standard American diet. And big food has a lot of money to do studies. They're not always real studies, but they have a lot of money to do them. Nobody growing real food has a lot of money, but do you really need a study to prove to you that real food is good for your body? I think that's pretty logical. And if you would only try it for 30 days and feel the difference, I think you would convince yourself that this is the right way to go. High frequency lifestyle habits also increase happiness. So, eating the rainbow increases the frequency of your body and your energy. But there are other things you can do as well. So, let's talk about frequency. There is an entire chart of vibrational frequency. See if I can stretch this and make it a little bit bigger. The places where you want to work on your lifestyle are on the higher end of this chart. You want to be able to have unconditional love, starting with yourself, because unconditional self love is how you show others to love you. And then you feel so good, you go out and you sprinkle it everywhere else. Peace, joy, gratitude. It's super important that you practice gratitude every day because what you put out in energy is what you pull back in. So by stating clearly to the universe all the things you're grateful for, when you start your day, you will begin to get more things to be grateful for. Kindness is high up on the vibration scale. We're going to talk about all these things. Enthusiasm, optimism, hope, confidence, contentment, compassion is high up on the high vibrational scale. And then you start to slip into the low vibration activities, apathy, annoyance, worry, anxiety, being a victim, sadness, jealousy. They actually are vibrations that spread and create similar vibrations, which is where the depression begins to form in the society. So I want to encourage you to stay in all the upper vibrations. We're going to talk about how to do that and what the advantage of it is. The bottom line is we live in a frequency world. Your cells, organs, systems, and body all have a specific frequency. Every word you speak, every thought you have, every bite you eat, all the people you meet, the things you do have a frequency. And your job is to get to as high a frequency as possible. Positive thoughts, positive energy equals a positive life. The sum of our frequency becomes our own unique symphony. We are energy. Color is energy. So, what do you think happens when you eat the organic rainbow? You feed balance energy to your body and balances health. We're energetic beings. All matter is made up of atoms with charged particles which vibrate at a certain frequency. When we begin to connect with that vibration, that frequency, we create drastic change in our lives. There's a universal energy field applied to the human body. Every atom, molecule, cell, tissue, and body system is composed of energy. Energy is feeling and it's composed and made, every feeling is composed and made up of energy. So pick wisely because joy, love, and peace are available to you. Raise your vibration and bring you to balance and health. And I put the vibrational scale right next to this picture of my rainbow foods because you can see how it's very logical that the vibration of eating the reds feeds the red, and the yellows feeds the yellow, and the green feeds the greens. I want you to eat all the colors of the rainbow because it will change your life. High vibration eating. Follow a plan for your personalized needs. Keep eating creative, enjoyable, and simple. Eat a variety of foods and cooking methods. You want diversity because you have different gut bacteria and they thrive on different things. So the diversity feeds them all so that they're all healthy. Keep a rainbow of whole plant foods that you're eating because each color has its own frequency. Being grateful and bring mindfulness to your meals. Choose quality over quantity. High quality foods make for high quality energy. And I have to share with you, since I eat this way and I have put my hunger hormones back into balance, I'm not hungry all the time, so I don't need as much food. So by eating the rainbow, I eat until I'm satisfied, and I don't go eat the entire package of cookies in the kitchen anymore because I don't want it. So when you eat quality, your body doesn't demand the quantity anymore. Align with nature and natural rhythms because nature will show us the way to healing. What else feeds your health and raises your vibration, resulting in happiness and health? I actually have 20 pillars of health, and they're in a free magazine that I want to send you to because it's loaded with great health information. If you go to my website, which is CHERYLMHEALTHMUSE.com, which is under my name up there, on the first page, you can click and it will take you to my free digital flip book that is a comprehensive guide to holistic health. One of the things that's in there are my 20 pillars of health. You cannot do all 20 at once. Start with food. To me, that's the foundation for health, but they're all listed there, and then start adding them one at a time, because the more you add them, the better you feel, and the better you feel, the more likely you are to maintain them. Unconditional love is a high vibration and fosters happiness. So say it out loud so you can hear it, because that's where you're going to begin to be able to share the magic of your self-love with everybody else, and you show everybody how to love you. Start with self-love, since that's the foundation from which everything else flows. Then give it to your significant relationships, your partner, your children, your parents, your friends. Now extend it to your coworkers and employees and to your business partnerships. Share your love vibration with everybody. Are any of you out there not wanting to be around happy people with high vibration? We all do. And so this will improve all your relationships because people will be drawn to you and want to duplicate that incredible energy that you have. And then do what you have a passion for. You can tell I have a passion to talk about this. Feed your passion love with all your intentions throughout the day. You are in charge of your own vibration. And in reality, you're in charge of your own health. So I want you to own it, and I want you to adopt all of this because you have had the power all along, just like Dorothy and Oz, and you can change your vibration. You can raise it, adjust it, cleanse it, but never allow somebody else to lower it or lower it for somebody else, because you will eventually raise them up to the vibration that you're on, or they'll leave your life. And that's okay. They're not your tribe. The people who are your tribe will respond and feed on your vibration. And the number one thing for health is community. So you want to be around other people who are working on raising their vibration at the same time that you're working on raising yours. Love also has many health benefits beyond the emotional gift. It isn't material, it is energy. We display it and receive it as kindness, compassion, peace, joy, acceptance, non-judgment, and intimacy. And this is true whether we're showering on ourselves or we're showering it on others. This raises our vibration and leads to empathy, happiness, and joy. Love also lowers pain. It reduces stress and depression. It increases your energy all the way down to the mitochondria in the middle of your cells. It lowers your blood pressure. It boosts your immunity and it brings you joy and it improves your digestion. I used to have terrible agita. That's what my family caused it. I don't have agita at all anymore. And believe it or not, love can even cure cancer. Your internal vibration goes beyond your body into your biosphere, which is your ethereal energy around you, and that touches others. You can't see this phenomenon, but it's been measured and registered. This is why we get back what we put out. Energy attracts like energy. So build your health from the inside out and then pull in all the good that will add to your health from the outside in. Practicing gratitude and kindness. You saw they're high up on the vibrational scale. There are so many benefits to practicing gratitude every day. And gratitude with love is one of the most important vibrations that you can embrace. According to UCLA's Mindfulness Awareness Research Center, having an attitude of gratitude changes the molecular structure of your brain, keeps your gray matter functioning, and makes us healthier and happier. So when you feel happiness, the central nervous system is affected and you're more peaceful, less reactive, and less resistant. It lowers inflammation. It influences epigenetics, which is what I told you Dr. Lipton has discovered, that you get a blueprint from your ancestors, but epigenetics is like epidermis. It's on top of the genetics. You can turn on those things you inherited in your blueprint, or you can leave them turned off. So it doesn't matter how many people in your past had breast cancer. You don't need to get it if you adopt healthy habits and high vibrational activities. It will boost your immune system. It will even help your heart. Gratitude turns negativity into positivity, and then its gift is it pulls in more to be grateful for. It builds resistance. It fosters self-esteem, it enlightens the mind, and it makes you feel happy. When gratitude is part of a happy life, being happy results in better health across a lifetime. And I consider gratitude an action verb. When you're grateful for somebody, share it with them, because then it will make them happy and them grateful that you're in their life. The benefits of gratitude: it promotes happiness, mental health, strengthens self-control, helps your career and life goals, facilitates social well-being, facilitates better sleep, and it improves your physical health. What's not to love about practicing gratitude? Kindness also has multiple health benefits. It's cardioprotective. It actually decreases your blood pressure and your cortisol, which is your fight or flight hormone. We have cortisol because we used to be chased by a tiger. Now, I haven't been chased by a tiger for a long time, but I used up all my cortisol before I got sick. I was borderline something called Addison's disease because I had so much stress. I used up all my cortisol, but I wasn't being chased by a tiger. So learning how to release all that stress, because I don't need to get away from the tiger, was one of the things that I concentrated on to return to health and to eradicate the fibromyalgia and its pain in my body. The stress hormone directly impacts your stress levels, and kindness also boosts serotonin, which is your feel-good hormone, and dopamine, which is your pleasure hormone, and kindness releases endorphins, which is what you get from when you exercise. It also releases natural oxytocin, which is what we have so that we bond to our babies as women when we give birth. Or if we're male or female, they help us bond to our children or even to our pets. Oxytocin is this wonderful hormone that creates bonds between us and other human beings. Kindness straightens our immune system, it improves your energy, and it leads to longevity. And a longevity with health, not longevity popping pills and feeling miserable. Kindness not only makes you happy, but it makes everyone around you happy. Love, gratitude, and kindness are chosen activities with huge benefits, and you control all of them. And you'll see when you get the slides, I've actually given you some of the studies where they have shown that this is true. The next one is laughter. Laughter actually creates a chemical reaction that releases your happy hormones. So that old phrase, laughter is the best medicine, it's true. It stimulates positive feelings, it helps you release anger, and it helps you forgive more quickly. It helps you live longer. There was a study in Norway that found that people with a strong sense of humor outlasted all those who didn't laugh as often. The difference was even noticeable for those who were battling cancer. Laughter adds joy and zest to your life. It increases personal satisfaction and it improves your mind. And it's absolutely impossible not to feel uplifted when you're around laughter. And it's difficult to avoid joining in and at least chuckling. My husband does a yoga several times a week. And at the end of their Tao yoga session, they do 3 minutes of laughing. He's down the hallway. I'm listening to all these people laughing, and it takes me about 2 seconds, and I'm laughing with them. It's impossible to hear laughter and not have it influence how you feel about the world. So how do you want to show up in the world? Let's all join in love and set out to raise the vibration of the world through all these things that create happiness. Now, the next one I find amusing. I want you to smile in the mirror. After you tell yourself how much you love you out loud, I want you to smile at yourself because you're going to start to see a big difference in your life. This is a quote from Yoko Ono. And this is how it works. Smiling is actually healing energy. So a habit as simple as smiling promotes happiness in your body. There are nerves on the corners of your mouth that send a signal up to your brain, and that releases endorphins, releasing your happy hormones and lowering anxiety and stress. So even if you fake it, it has a positive impact on your body because it stimulates the signal. People who are happy live longer. Optimistic, happy people have a reduced risk of heart disease, stroke. Declines in lung capacity are associated with a lower risk of death from cancer. So look at this dog, a smile so sexy and yet so warm. When someone genuinely smiles at you, it's the greatest feeling in the world. So I want you to smile like a crazy fool. When you go out into the world, smile at everybody. Smile, sparkle, and then repeat because it's good for you and it's good for the people that you're smiling at. Next up are hugs. Believe it or not, hugs are incredibly good for you because they release oxytocin, which is that chemical that's called the cuddle hormone, because it raises levels when we hug, touch, or sit close to somebody else. It's what connects us to our babies. It's what connects us to our pets, and it's associated with happiness and less stress. So they have found that this hormone is particularly strong in women. A family therapist, Virginia Salt, said, "We need at least 4 hugs a day just for survival. We need 8 hugs a day for maintenance, and we need 12 hugs a day for growth." Well, that sounds like a lot of hugs. It seems that many hugs are better than not enough because it releases serotonin, which is your feel-good hormone. And it's actually produced not only in your brain, but also down in your gut, they've discovered. It helps us feel healthy, calm, and confident. When serotonin flows freely, we feel great about ourselves. And the opposite is true when this hormone is absent. So low levels actually cause sleep disorders and even lead to obesity. I have lost 75 pounds by doing all these lifestyle habits without dieting. Now, I will share with you, it starts with eating the rainbow because my body wasn't getting what it needed. So whatever little nutrient it got, it held on to it for dear life because it was afraid it was never going to see another one. One of the first things I read is if you're overweight, then you are starving your body. That made no sense to me. Well, I was starving my body. I was starving my body of all the nutrients that my body needed to function properly. And when you're happy, it's because you're getting all those nutrients and you're no longer starving your body. So your body comes back into balance and bingo, it starts to release the weight. I'm a work in progress, but I am 75 pounds later. And if you go to my Facebook page, the difference in how I look is night and day. And the difference in how I feel is horrific pain to generally feeling fantastic. So, hugging is what they actually do when they give you an antidepressant. Not hugging, serotonin. It is marketed to increase the production of serotonin, but you can do that just by hugging more often. And I love hugs. Hugging triggers the release of serotonin in the brain and it alleviates sadness. So that said, if you're on an antidepressant, I am not a doctor, so don't just go off. Have a conversation with him that you want to start changing your lifestyle habits. You want to start hugging people more often. And as you start to return to happiness, you want to start getting off the antidepressant because the problem with antidepressants is you start on them and then you need more and more higher doses of them because they stop working as effectively. And so if you add all these lifestyle changes into your regime, you should be able to start to wean off of the medication because you can create all this happiness yourself and your body, but do it with your doctor, not without him. More advantages of hugging. The key is to hug for at least 10 seconds because it releases stress, lowers your blood pressure, releases happy hormones, releases pain, and improves your immune system. And this is true whether you hug a human or a pet. I was a little bit worried when COVID came because I was immune compromised and I wasn't sure if I got COVID. Even though I had adopted healthy habits for many years, I wasn't sure if my immune system could hold up against it. Well, I got COVID. I went through it in 4 days. My fever never went over 99 and I never had any repercussions from getting it. So by doing all these things, you also boost your immune system, which wards off all these nasty viruses that are going around out there. You owe it to yourself to take care of your health so that you don't get all this stuff and then you don't give it to your loved ones either. So hugging, number of times you crave a hug in a day is 13. Number of seconds the average hug should last is 9.5 seconds. And the number of seconds for a hug to have medical healing properties is 20 seconds. So hug long and hug often. Next up, the ever lovable endorphins that you get when you exercise. And from some of the other things that you can tell, kindness releases endorphins too. The word comes from androgynous, means within the body, and morphine, which is an opiate pain reliever that your body makes itself. So put together, it means endorphins are natural pain relievers. They're feel-good chemicals because they make you feel better and put you into a positive state of mind. Endorphins are a neurotransmitter for happiness. Have you ever noticed that when you exercise, you get this burst of joy in your body, but then you stop exercising and you stop doing it and you don't feel that way anymore? The key is to do it regularly and to keep it going. They're released during continuous exercise. They can also be released with fear, with love, music, chocolate. Now, chocolate, eat 70% or higher because you don't need the sugar that's in a lot of chocolate. Eat organic chocolate because it's sprayed with a lot of poison. And eat sustainable chocolate so you don't do anything that destroys the environment. Chocolate, eating, laughter, sex, and orgasm all release endorphins. And they're produced to help you relieve pain, reduce stress, and improve your mood. The easiest way to release endorphins is by exercising. And the more you exercise, the more endorphins your body produces. Move your body daily. Exercise is a powerful, well-studied way to burn off stress chemicals and heal the mind. So just doing it has been proven to be better than or equal to Prozac for treating depression. Try it for 30 minutes of movement a day. So if you're on Prozac, start to add in the exercise and then work with your doctor as your happy hormones get released to start to wean off the Prozac. And they'll tell you you'll be on Prozac for the rest of your life. Work with him so that that's not true. It's only covering up the depression. It's not improving your health, whereas moving on a daily basis actually physically changes you from the inside out. Greater activity diversity is associated with greater cognitive function. So mix it up. Swim one day. I have a mini trampoline. I have a chapter in my book called Exercise for People Who Don't Like to Exercise. That would be me. But I have a little mini trampoline that I jump on, and I find it fun. I find music videos on TV, and I jump to them because it gives my mind something to do, and it encourages me to keep going long enough that I raise my heartbeat and I get the joy of the release of the endorphins. I also have a swimming pool at my new home, so that's going to be my next thing that I add to my exercise routine. Insulin. I shared with you that I was severely diabetic when I got sick. I am no longer diabetic, but I can share with you that insulin is a hormone that directly impacts mood, and it's impacted by sugar. So it indicates that there's a relationship between mood and blood sugar. I was hypoglycemic in my 20s. I was diabetic in my 60s. I didn't know that if you're one, you usually become the other, but my moods would swing all over the place with my blood sugar. I would be the sweetest person in the world to be around 1 minute and be taking your head off the next. So getting your insulin stabilized by reducing the sugar from the sad diet, if you're eating ultra processed food, is important for you to stabilize your insulin. I now am well in the range of a normal non-diabetic person. It's taken me some time to get here, but whoa, are my moods even as a result? And it's a lovely place to be. So if you're having problem with blood sugar, pay attention to this and start eating the rainbow and add all these other lifestyle habits to your life, because you can lower your A1C enough to be non-diabetic, whether they tell you that that's true or not. Depression affects 25% of individuals with diabetes. They are a population more susceptible to pronounced blood sugar highs and lows, and some enormous part of our society is now diabetic. So beat the odds and go out the other end, because you don't need all that sugar in your blood. It's also impacting every organ in your body and creating ill health. So change your diet to eating from the pharmacy with the F and eliminating ultra processed food so that you can stabilize your glucose and lower the fluctuations of sugar and mood. Did you know that imbalanced blood sugar alone is enough to make you feel depressed, anxious, forgetful, and scattered? I can tell you now that mine is on an even keel. Any anxious, and I used to have serious anxiousness. My mother was a worrier and I inherited it. That's all gone. And I don't like being forgetful. So I'm happy that the right words going back into the window on the 8-ball in my head now that I've controlled my blood sugar. Recap on the hormones that influence your mood that can significantly work better through lifestyle changes. Dopamine and serotonin. Dopamine is pleasure. Serotonin is feel good. They give you feelings of satisfaction and well-being. Oxytocin is the warm, fuzzy feelings that lower stress and anxiety. They regulate your emotional responses and your pro-social behaviors, including trust, empathy, positive memories, bonding, and positive communication. Now, don't you think that's important to your business success? It's crucial. GABA controls your anxiety and fear, and it dampers down that worry wart that was in my head. Insulin controls your blood glucose. Balancing your insulin balances your mood, and endorphins increase your feelings of well-being, and they help heal pain. What's not to love about all of these? So when your hormones are in balance, they feed an internal sense of happiness, your moods are even, and your energy is high. Next up is something I found last year that I had never heard of before, and I love them. So I want to share them with you. And that's glimmers. Glimmers are amazing. So I'm going to explain what they are because I want you to look with them. And then when you look for them, and then when you find them, I want you to sit with them and acknowledge them so that you feel the glow. A glimmer could be the way the light is dancing on your swimming pool. It could be the rainbow that comes after the storm. It could be your kitty when he comes and wraps himself around your neck and you feel his purr, which is at a high vibration, by the way, that causes happiness. So they're the opposite of triggers. They're tiny micro moments of happiness, a sign of hope. And once you begin to look for them, you're going to start to see them everywhere. My husband and I are running back and down the hallway all day long. His office is at one end, mine's at the other, sharing what the glimmer was that we just experienced. But the point of a glimmer is not only to see it, but to acknowledge it and sit with it for a minute so that you feel the glow. Having it go through your brain with the speed of light isn't going to do the trick. You actually want to sit with the glimmer and feel it. You can shape your nervous system by intentionally seeking out glimmers, and you can identify them by reflecting on who inspires them, what actions inspire them, what motivates you, trying new things, paying attention to what excites you, and looking for patterns. Our brains naturally look for bad things. So I want you to start looking for the good things, for the glimmers, because they're often small moments that not only cause you joy, but bubble up inside you when you find them, giving you the warm sense of safety, love, and peace, or instances where out of nowhere, you just feel soft and hopeful. Expand that glimmer into a glow and then get out there and glow and sprinkle that dust everywhere because glimmers are amazing and they are fabulous. So feel the glimmer, feel the glow, and sprinkle it everywhere. And then the last one I wanted to talk about, because it's something now that in my 70s I'm doing more often. I used to cry at the drop of a pin. I still cry. I wanted to make an anti-cry pill because I was embarrassed at how easily I cry. I even cried for Kleenex commercials. Well, now I cry for joy. I cry when I'm proud of somebody. I cry when I'm happy to be around somebody and I feel the joyful energy. When we went to hear Dr. Bruce Lipton, he had a friend with an incredible voice and a magical piano, and it touched my heart and made me cry. So it's lovely to feel so happy now that these things touch my heart and I release tears. I actually revel in it. And I have believed for many years that no victims are allowed around me. Each of us owns our own story in their own circumstance. So if you don't like where you are and you're not happy, for God's sakes, you're not a tree. Move. Take the responsibility and know that you and only you can change how you feel about life. So do all these things that foster happiness and then go share that happiness with the world and never be afraid to feel. Feeling is a gift. So I'm grateful now for all my tears and for all the people who touch my heart that remind me that crying is human and that tears escape for a variety of reasons. Happy tears are more than happy. Happy tears are grateful. And then the last thing I want to talk about is loneliness. I married my high school sweetheart when I was 20, and I divorced when I was 30. And I went through severe loneliness. I had gone from my father's house to my husband's house, and now I was living by myself. And I picked up and moved to Portland, Oregon, leaving all my friends behind. So I had this horrible loneliness that was making me depressed. So the best way to dispel loneliness, which causes depression, is to find community. Remember, community is number one for health. You can find a cooking class, a bestseller book group, an organization that you believe in, like Sierra Club. You could do volunteer work with children or animals. You could find a group that shares your worldview. But community is the number one most important thing for health, and it will dispel loneliness. And the gift of loneliness, when you go out that open window to the other side, is you come to a place where you absolutely love your alone time. I am never lonely anymore. I actually get excited when I have alone time because I get to enjoy my quiet time just with me. So if you're feeling lonely, find a group that you can share and make friends with. And then when you go out the open window to alone time, know that you're going to feel fabulous when you get those little blocks of time because they become some of the most special parts of your life. Happiness is the highest form of health. So, as a health coach, I want to inspire you to be healthy and happy. So, I want to inspire you to adopt all 20 pillars that I have in my magazine. These are other things that foster happiness, releasing both environmental and internal emotional stressors, getting adequate sleep, getting enough vitamin N, which is what I call getting into nature. I find it almost impossible to be depressed if I'm out in the wild, soaking in the magic of nature. Drink enough adequate clean water, foster healthy relationships. If it's not a healthy relationship, you don't need it in your life. If it's not feeding your self love and allowing you to feed their self love, you don't need it. Cut it off, have boundaries. Build a supportive community. Practice heart math. There is new science that your brain has neurons, but so does your heart. Your heart has as many neurons as your brain. And if you can get into heart brain coherence, which is a breathing exercise, which also releases stress, then your heart can take over. And that's where all the high vibration activities exist. And that's the energy that spreads all those high vibrations out to other people in the world. So incorporate breathing exercises into your daily routine. And by doing all of this and finding happiness, we don't have to wait until we cross in death to the other side. We can join together and start to create heaven right here on earth, right here and now. And that's my goal, is to make you so happy by being with me that my energy expands to you spreading your energy so that together we start creating heaven here on earth. Now, strengthening the vagal nerve, that important nerve that the fiber goes over to that spreads your phytonutrient and your nutrient messages all over your body, are exercises that you can do at home. One is the easy, slow breathing, which is called the perfect breath, which is 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out for 3 minutes. If you do that mindfully, it also takes you out of your head, which wants to maintain the status quo, and into your heart energy, which is where all the possibilities lie that you can manifest goodness and greatness in your life. So do 3 minutes worth of 5.5 or 5-second breathing, and other things that strengthen your vagal nerve are chanting, singing, laughing, meditation, humming. Hum in the shower because that makes your vagal nerve get stronger, and yoga. I also use this crazy little thing called a belly button wand. You were born through your belly button. All your meridians go to your belly button, and by putting that in and gently vibrating, you release all your stress by resetting your parasympathetic nervous system, and you shoot happiness through your vagal nerve to the rest of your body. We also have a PEMF pad, which is a vibrational pad, which is healing our bodies here in this house on a cellular level. Sound healing works, cold therapy works, and massage works. All those things strengthen your vagal nerve. So nose breathing also stimulates your vagal nerve. It also releases nitrogen, and that actually even helps cure cancer. So breathe through your nose when you're doing part of your breathing, and then stimulate your vagal nerve using the belly button wand. So altogether, these things add up to happiness and a fulfilled life, and making them a part of your routine is something you control. So please utilize them. And since I'm giving you a copy of these slides, I did a slide of all the high vibrational activities that you can do. So like this silly fool, you can go out there and smile and create happiness everywhere you go. Now, the one thing I didn't mention is there are people you're going to come across that are depressed, and they're going to need more help than you can give them, and they might even be contemplating suicide. There is a new line where you can find confidential support, which is 988, which is up and running in most areas of the country. So if you know somebody who needs support, dial 988. If that doesn't work, then dial 911 like you used to, so that your caller's location is now transmitted for emergency dispatch services. Calls are automatically routed by area code to the nearest crisis center. So make sure you reach out for help, whether you need it or someone you love needs it. And then encourage them to start putting all these healthy habits into place. So that's the whole presentation. I want you to be happy and fly with balloons and be at the top of your game with happiness, because when you're happy, you will become successful, because everyone you touch is going to want some of your joy. So let your joy out, be your authentic self, and adopt all these healthy habits, because balance equals health, balance equals happiness, and balance equals a fantastic feel-good life. That's my whole presentation. So let me stop the slides. There we go. With a lot of information.
Oh, oh my God, I'm here clapping like, oh my God. I'm here telling you, I'm making you a promise, because Cherylyn, that I will share that program you just did with as many people as possible for the rest of my life. Because I believe that what you just shared today, if anybody truly understand each of the steps you took us through and simplify them in their mind, starting from the rainbow eating to the gratitude, to the exercise, to the kindness, the love, the joy, that we will make this place a better place.
We'll
Not
create heaven
only,
on earth, and that's my
yes,
goal. There is
yes,
no reason to wait. We can all do this now. And I see so many unhappy people out there. And I'm sure that it begins with diet, because 88% of us are metabolically unhealthy because we're eating the standard American diet. There were 2
yes.
studies last year that came out that prove that. So for God's sakes, up your game and up your food, because that's the beginning of happiness, and that's the beginning of life success.
Yes, yes, and I'm telling you, guys, this is like coming to the end of this day event. I didn't get no questions, so as coach said, we're waiting for your question, but I really don't know what we're gonna ask. All we need to do is to act. Like instead of asking, act.
If you have a hard time implementing this, you need to have a big enough why that it's worth it to do it. A lot of people will change when they don't want a life of pain and pills. Don't wait for that. Your why should be all the benefits of just how fantastic this makes you feel. But if you need a problem implementing, or you do have questions, you see my name here again, CHERYLMHEALTHMUSE at Gmail. Write to me. I will answer your questions. And if you need someone to hold you accountable, that's what I do. But you can hold yourself accountable, and you don't need anybody to implement these things. So just get out there and, like Nike says, just do it, because it will make such a difference in your life. And you want to have the life that it feels great every single day when you pop out of bed, because that's the life I have now. And man, I'm not giving it up for anything.
I love that part. We are not giving it up for anything. So join us over here. And I'm just going to say really a special thank you, Coach, for doing it again. And this time, giving us something we can always go back to step by step, through the slide and just get our life right. And I'm telling you, everything you shared is what every one of us need while we are here creating
Right.
this heaven.
We're here for a
Because
reason. And
creating
this will
this,
allow you to find that reason and to live
find,
it.
yes, find that. I told the lady yesterday, our coach, and I said, I don't know why people are waiting for the heaven up there and they're not creating one here that we are here now, we can see. Because what you create now, if you ask me, maybe what you're going to face too when the time comes. So create it now. And I'm telling you, I like the way you did that approach. A journey for everyone, to just do without struggling of the eating, the dieting. As you said, you have never dieted. All you did was just find your rainbow, eat them. Now tune into the right thing, your mind, your body, your spirit, your everything aligned right.
It's so much
And
easier.
so much
I used to
easier.
buy every New York Times bestseller book, and all I did was gain weight. Obviously, I had gotten very heavy, that I have lost 75 pounds eating the rainbow. It didn't work. Eating real food, eating quality food. I'm eating what my body was put here to eat. And wow, has it made a difference. And you
You
don't
know
have any
what?
rules. It's easy.
It's easy. Oh my God, what a day. What a day. So we have for me, I have what I came for today. And I know every one of you out there got what you came for. Now the question is, are you going to move? Are you going to do it? And we beg you to get to it, do it, just do it. Just do it and transform your life. Because I used to be in health, even now I'm in health, I'm with health companies, I'm an affiliate marketer and I have all these companies. And I actually produce my own products too on weight loss. But just listening to you since the year, I don't even have it's no longer something I want to even be, pushing out there. When I know that if people get the best message, the best training, the best, like something I call wisdom, training around living, they might not even need those things to keep them, like, oh, you have to do this, you have to drink this, you have to take this. Meanwhile, all these rainbow colors can actually help you out of where you are right now. So many of us have gone into weight loss from time to time, just like you said, read all those
Sometimes we
magazines.
need help. The advantage of supplements and even pharmaceuticals, I do take a couple pharmaceuticals, is because they mitigate symptoms while you're putting all those lifestyle habits into place. So they
Good.
have their role, but you have more power than that. So when somebody tells you you're going to have pain for the rest of your life, bull. You don't need to be on all those pharmaceuticals for the rest of your life. You need them to mitigate while you're putting healthy lifestyle habits into place so that you can heal from the inside out. And you need a
Good.
doctor that will work with you and listen to you. The average doctor appointment is 6 minutes. You need a doctor who will listen to you, or you need a health coach who will give you an hour and listen to you, because you don't need to be taking 17,000 pharmaceuticals, and none of them are going to cure you. But if you follow my 20 pillars of health, you're going to heal your body from the inside out, and you don't need anybody's permission to do that. That was
Exactly.
mind-boggling to me when I got sick. You can do it. You have the
Fire.
power.
You have the power. I always love this time. Like, you have the power. You have the power. So while you're using while we're pushing all those things to you, now is the time to start working on healing your body, which is how every other thing is going to line up. So, oh my God, I can sit here like the whole day listening, because I know this is what we need in this time where so much fast food, so much microwave life,
And
so
if
much.
you knew what was in fast food, when I started reading what was in fast food, it is disgusting. There's not even any chicken in a nugget. It's other chicken body parts. I mean, when you read what's in fast food, you'll understand why you're not getting any nutrition for your body at all. And we are the most sophisticated computer that was ever created. So what
Mhm.
happens when you put garbage in? you get garbage out. Your body, it's very forgiving. It will run for a long time until it can't. And when it can't, you're going to crash like I did. You're going to get cancer. You're going to get an autoimmune disease. You're going to get arthritis. You're going to get thyroid disease. You're going to get dementia. I don't plan to have any of those stuff anymore. And I'm never going back to the pain of fibromyalgia. You don't have to go down that road. You can create health for yourself and feed your body all the great things that any super sophisticated computer needs. You have the ability to do that, and it's so worth it, because the bottom end is you get to be happy with your life. It's a pretty terrific reason to go down this road.
That's enough reason. Is enough reason. And like you said, I want to be like you when I get to 75. So I better get on the road. I have so many years to get there. So just looking at you, I'm like, okay, so I can look like this when I get to 75. Okay, I'm on the journey. I'm on the journey.
Yep.
So thank you so much.
Thank you
I
for
always
having me. I love
I'm
talking about this. And the more people I can get this information out to, the
yes,
more we'll begin one person at a time
the
to start to
time.
change the world.
Yes, yes, Joy is my name. So my husband will always say, do you have to laugh? And now you say it to us, keep the laugh, just
It's
laugh.
good
Is
for
what
you.
I can't help. My own is from heaven. So I'm
Yep.
creating heaven here daily. I don't have to get there to create it. I have to leave it here.
And
So
Norway
anyway,
actually proved that the more we laugh, the longer we live. So what's not to
exactly.
love?
What not to love. So anyway, I don't know how to put this, but I've had a lovely time, especially really the way you took time and just take us through this training was really challenging. And that is what this week is all about. It's not just about speaking or summit, it's about challenge. So we are challenging you. If you don't have access to the 20 pillars of health, please reach out below this video so we can send it to you if you want it. But if you believe that the training was enough, you can kickstart and start eating your vegetables and all the things that you need and start applying the gratitude. Because even 2 days ago, or even yesterday, me and my husband were discussing gratitude. I like, how do you expect God to do more for you when you haven't even thanked him for the small one that he did? It's just how we go. You have to begin with the small. Then he now see you accountable for the more. And that's why people always say, be grateful, be grateful. There's a reason. We want our fellow people to be grateful to us when we do things to them. But we're not grateful enough, like our coach said about the glimmers. We're not grateful enough for the air that we wake up to, that we cannot afford. We cannot. Oxygen is expensive.
And God can only help those who help themselves.
Yes.
And then he comes in. It attracts him to come in and help us too. I was telling Joy that I needed to do this for an hour, and the angels put their hand on my back. And when I was finished, it came out to 55 minutes
5 minutes.
God helps those who help themselves. So
Yes.
put out the energy and then let the energy pull back into you.
Yes. And somebody said they need the 20 pillars of health. We will send you the website, because that's where it is. So you can
Yeah,
just
if you go
go
to my
and
website, right on the first page, you can click, it'll take you to the flip book magazine. It ended up being too long for me to print it. It cost a fortune. So it's all there for you to read as a flip book online. And right underneath it, there are two other free things. One is my handy desktop guide on how to release stress. And the other is a book called It's Not Complicated How to Eat. How we got into this mess, what ultra processed food actually is, and then what you do need to eat, all the basics so that you understand it at a core level. So I had somebody say to me, why should I believe you? And so I decided I better put a book together that says, it's not complicated, it's logical. And when you do this, you feel as good as I do.
Amen. Love it. Love it. And hey, I just want to let all my ladies in the group know, you might realize that, we are streaming yard from the phone because I believe Zoom changed some things, or Facebook. I don't know, but One promise I've made every one of you in this season is whatever it takes to bring these programs to you guys, we're gonna, bring it. And as coach said, we have this slide. I even have it right now, to kind of like share with you so you can go through everything she said is free. She made that for you to just keep your eye on it. And even this video, I've already done the live stream. And also, I will be broadcasting it, I believe, in YouTube, just to make sure that we get many people to know exactly how to activate their greatness through the way they eat. In this particular, today was the health day. Like, how do you eat? How do you take care of yourself? How do you love yourself? Every way you treat yourself is how you're going to treat the next person. I just don't know how you're going to say it. Whether you want to believe me or not, believe the coach or not, however you treat yourself is how you're going to treat others. So
It's
when
also
you're
how you're
treating
showing other people to treat you. Because if you
you,
don't love yourself, how can you expect someone to come in who loves
treat
you
it.
unconditionally?
Yes,
And that does
yes.
exist. I found that by doing all this stuff. I have an incredible relationship. It does exist. It is possible.
Yes, I love that. You want somebody to treat you right, and you're not treating yourself right. You don't have value for yourself. You're not eating right. You're not feeling right. The same way you too, pretending to treat somebody else right, you can't do it because you can't give what you don't have. So it
Right.
all starts with us. So this is powerful. This, I don't know about you guys, but this is me. I am an apprentice this year. I'm learning from the best of the best, in the industry, in the real world, and I don't have to go out of way to do it when everything is here for me to just walk my way. I'm telling you, this has been a very big eye-opening for me. Just sitting with you from the first time, I believe in January, my approach to the whole health thing had just been more simple than ever. And I saw what you told us and what you still promoting in the life of my husband, which I really did not pay attention what he was doing, as I keep telling you all the time. He woke up and decided to take charge of his life. And since then, his life has never been the same. He's the rainbow guy. He's the vegetable guy. He is the one that believed that, you just have to treat your body right, know when to cut, set the boundaries, and just get back your life. To the land, doctors always ask him, how did you do it? What happened? He just told them, I wake up one morning, I decided to leave. So Coach Cherylyn is telling you right now, wake up and decide to leave. Because that's what she did many years ago. And that what drew her to all this research that we get to right now. Imagine if she wasn't ready to leave. She wouldn't give us this living. And that's what we're saying. You can't give what you don't have. So cultivate the healthy habit today and go for it. And that will bring us to the last minute with you guys. We've answered a few people that say they want the 20 pillars of health. We're going to post the website, just in case you didn't hear it, we're going to post it, and we're going to post the slide so that you can have access to everything we did here today and just get your life together. So, Coach, you have anything you want to say before I call it a
No,
day?
just know you have the power. Own it.
Mm,
That's
I
the part I
love
didn't get. I was letting everybody else tell me. I was busy building my kingdom, busy building my business. I'm flying all over the world. I was paying no attention to the angels. They packed me on the shoulder, they slapped me on the face, and then they brought the 2x4 down. Then they got my attention. So I don't want you to go through what I went because it took me 5 years to climb out of that hole. But it is so worth it to feel great. It's worth every single bit of effort that you put in to change your lifestyle to support your body and your happiness.
You have the power. Oh my God. Anyway, ladies, remember tomorrow is our spiritual connection day. There's a reason that I call that day that way. Because all this we're saying from Monday till today, we're still taking the process of the spiritual connection, like realizing yourself, knowing who you are, spending those quiet moments with, yourself. I love how the coach said it. I want to go, but I still want to say this. She said that when you're in that lonely place, which she was, and find a community that now start helping, helping her mind, like whatever community you want to join. I really want to put that out there in case you didn't understand what she was saying, or you did, which I know most of us did. She's saying, find a community, which is why Challenges to Champion is one of those communities that are here for you. Trust me. Even last night, me and my kids are working on some playlists to help somebody who's going through difficulty and just speak to your life the right way. So Coach said, when you're feeling lonely, find that community that you love to connect with, or some community things you want to do for people that makes you happy. And once you realize those communities are there and you're connecting, you're having a time that you really love with them, what happens is that every time slot you have for yourself, you now value it. Because why? You're doing what you love. So I love that part. I love that part. And that is one of the big steps you need to take today. Find what you love. Stay around it. Because every long time, I realize this season, when I think about spiritual connection, that is what we get from those long time. And that's what the coach is saying. So you can't afford to miss tomorrow. At the same time, managing your money. I was there, thank God for Coach Cherly, who did awesome in business. I crashed for not managing my money as good as I should because my mind wasn't right. Maybe my health wasn't right too. But going through all this process, we are bringing everything together right now so that once you find it, nobody can take it away from you. And then on Friday, remember, we're having Coach Mia. He's going to take us through a divine-driven life. And I'm telling you, that lady in the last 30 days made my life simple. I don't know about you. I hate complication. I love simplicity. Like Coach said, you don't have to go through the diet to lose weight. Just keep it simple. So that's me. So and that is how our week is going to run. I just wanted to put it out there so that if you're watching this, you have reason to join us tomorrow, next tomorrow, and on Friday. And just let's finish, with a bang and just bless God for the week and now move our life to the next level. This has really helped me since December, and I want to help you too. So with that, we're going to say bye-bye and see you guys tomorrow.